Alright, New Shanghai, game number 5, the last game of the Winter Championship rookie tournament, something like that, or is it casual? Yes, casual, not rookie. Okay, we're with Rabbit. He might have loaded in at this point.
Yeah, I'm almost loaded, and let's
Almost
say it
loaded
like
in.
that.
Cool. Alright, there's a lot of desert tiles, but no core sample. Sad
Yeah,
face.
but I know the map anyway, so
Where's the
I know
iron?
the 4 pounds.
There's a patch of it here. Oh, it's all on the right-hand side of the map. Okay. That looked like a good scientific spot, but there's actually a ridge there, so you can't found there. So we're looking at potentially a lot of robots or scientifics on the far right-hand side, but where's the aluminium? There's only one aluminium tile, though, to support that, so we're probably looking at a robot over there. Steph takes the good robot spot with the only iron on the left-hand side of the map. He's got access to basically everything he could ever want now. That's a good spot, worth paying for.
Really good spot, and it's not much he paid. 2k.
Wow, okay, yeah. Really worth paying for, and he didn't pay. And Vampire is going a scientific up here, okay.
Yeah, interesting.
There aren't pirates, it's Magnetic Storm, so slightly...
Yeah, you shouldn't go as scientific and go then steel miss on your water. That's not a good thing to do.
Did he mean to found robotic?
Maybe.
This is fine as a robot spot, but what he's doing right now is confusing.
And I'm interested how much there will be nukes on aluminum, because aluminum a bit south.
Bob did not go for aluminum, even though there's only one tile in the whole place that he could go for, pretty much. Peasant has got one aluminum. Does Steph have an aluminum? Steph does not have an aluminum. His aluminum isn't that far away, though. He has a high, not too far.
Yeah. There's also a medium. Yeah, he took the high. Yeah, a bit farther away. Yeah, and the high steel price will really help Steph for the first.
Alright, look at what Peasant's doing. He's getting 2 more carbons here. That's kind of insane.
Yeah, that's a bit much, maybe.
You can survive on a high and low, but you can't make a power play. So I think he really wants to make a power play. But if he wants to make a power play, well, I guess underground nukes are a thing, and he wants to be careful of that.
Talking about power plays, Bob Rooney just pays debt to get a tile to place a building on. He wants to pay debt for, and he does not even get this tile.
Oh, Bob, please turn off that wind turbine and be like, ha, you paid 12k for a completely worthless tile. Please do that. He lets it finish. Aww. Because that's one thing you could do. You could place tiles and then do an auction. They pay a lot for the auction, and you just remove the tiles.
Yeah.
Bob's smart. I was hoping he'd do something like that.
Yeah, and Steph seems to do well.
Peasants hit HQ2, keeping his steel mills right where they are, but going into some farms. I think he might have got subscribed to the Zoltar method of playing scientific, which is, I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I know I'll win in the late game.
And for some reason, all my programs just crashed. I don't know why.
Awesome. Steph
Everything at the same moment, but my computer is still working normally. I don't know what happened there.
Perfect. Steph is still being Steph, but he has access to... But he could be easily EMP'd here. All of his claims are really close together. Very easy to shut him down right now, and Bob likes using random EMPs at the very start of the game. But instead, he's auctioning. He's auctioning this high aluminium tile off. Which is weird, because I would have claimed it and then sold it, rather than... Okay. Does he think he can win some things? Because Vampirist wants this, and Vampirist can afford to take it. This ruins Bob's power play as well. So, yeah, you're right, this is very anti-synergistic.
Yep.
Like, if you wanted it better, you should have taken the aluminium mine and then auctioned the carbon tile off, because the carbon tile is worth way less. In the moment, right? People won't pay as much for it. Peasant. You have a solar panel and a wind turbine next to each other. They don't provide adjacency.
It may be an AI.
Peasant is not an AI. But now we know why the AI thinks like that, because apparently the average player does.
Yeah, and both are good. Nice to see.
Glass is starting to get pretty high now. I'm happy for Steph. Oh, someone did actually EMP Steph there. Was it Bob? Nope, it was Vampirus. Okay, Bob might not be stream sniping. Vampirus here with his double greenhouse farm. Food is expensive at this point. He really needs to get out of that water pump and get into another farm. He's going to be raking in money. Food is up to 200 and 230, 233,
With the shortage, yeah.
238. A Marsquake and a shortage. That
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
Oh, Peasant is now making
At the
actual
same time. At the
turbines?
same time.
Bob has already bought into some of his own stock. What? Why? Why, Bob? Why?
Maybe because he thinks his stock price goes up so sharply that he'll make so much money out of that.
Okay.
Peasant has fixed his problems
Yep.
by now with the power.
Yep. Are you in the game again?
Yeah.
Okay.
But only with his stream.
Okay, that's what I thought because I mentioned it and then I panned over somewhere
Okay.
else.
Okay.
And then you heard me mention it. Right, okay. Steph left his his metal mine, and now he's going back into it. I guess he was going into some silicon and has decided otherwise after he got his solar panels out. Okay, cool.
Yeah. By the way, I'm really weird that I'm really sad that Vampirus does that weird play with the with his or her, what's it called, steel mills.
Well, he's now actually making steel
Yeah.
mills in the proper place, and he's
Yeah,
putting wind turbines
yeah.
down as well, and now he's transitioning into electrolysis. And I hope he transitions to food, because electrolysis is great, but so is food. Like, and the water
Yeah.
really isn't. Like, this is a real.
Yeah,
Vampirus'
yeah.
position has got a lot better now
Yeah,
after those shortages.
definitely. Definitely.
Steph, however, is going to get into this food market before Vampirus, and very few people are actually making enough water. Like, Steph isn't going to make enough water to support this exactly, but Vampirus has made the price very expensive. Very cheap because he sold the water down.
Yeah, because of the water.
Whoa, the bits. 28k from Vampirus. Very, very fast auction. Steph was started by an EMP by Vampirus. No one likes Steph. Poor Steph.
Yes. Yeah, Steph should actually buy some of those water because he has a deficit right now, and it's really cheap.
Well, he doesn't have a deficit right now because the freeze happened, but
Yeah, okay.
like, he has no idea that Bob is actually auto-selling his water, right? Because Bob is auto-selling his water, and if he wasn't auto-selling the water, he'd have a large stockpile at this point, so I disagree. I don't think Steph should buy in at this point.
Yeah, 250
Peasant is on
to 20.
8.25 carbon per second. It's ridiculous. But he's finally getting his electrolysis up. He's made quite a bit of money off of power, but now he's in debt again. I think he got an auction recently or something. Yeah, I think he got a claim auction. EMP, more disablings going on, more disable shenanigans. Bob has his greenhouse farm. A lot of people are just in farms at this point.
Yeah.
Everyone's in farms. Farm's good.
Yeah.
Farm's great.
Yeah.
However, glass is also great. But so is steel. Steph can't really afford to transition out of anything that he's got. Steph is making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Steph is HQ 5. Other people are just now hitting 4 still. Vampirus
Aluminum is really crazy, by the way, too.
What is?
Aluminum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vampirus just paid a lot of aluminium money for HQ4. And he's making more steel mills off of that. I would have gone into more water right now because hello, water. And he also needs a pattern lab up, I think, if he wants to keep going well with this. By the way, New Shanghai, what the hell? You just like have 2 giant arms sticking out. That is a weird way for the colony to grow. Bob was targeted by an underground nuke on his aluminium. Poor Bob. But the robots are happy with that. Robots are perfectly happy. This is why robots were good on this map, because of the lack of aluminium. Peasant has an issue where he's got way too much carbon at this point. But hey, he could go into HQ5 and then 2 Offworlds almost immediately. If he, you know, had the rest, had the
Yeah,
class.
if he has the class, yeah.
Let the bidding begin.
Financial Instruments comes up, but no one's in dead debt. Optimization center coming out for Vampirus, and not necessarily the right building, but still strong, right? Vampirus has a lot of money, not as much as Steph though. Steph is really running away with this game, despite being constantly frozen out. But the constant
he's
freezes.
just in the right markets, yeah.
But the constant freezes
And
are a
he's in
big deal.
steel. Yeah, definitely.
But the constant freezes are a big deal, and Steph has only just recently finally bought a single Goon Squad. Steph does what I do. I like to never buy Goon Squads, and same with him.
Yeah, especially with this black market status, I would have just bought Freeze and not a Goon Squad.
That too.
Just to make it more expensive, and
Yes.
that would have been better.
But then, but if you freeze someone, you run the risk of them just realizing you exist and retaliating, right? But once you get the goon and the goon actually triggers, then you know who's been killing you, and then you can attack them without any problems.
Yeah, yeah.
Peasant is struggling. He has realized he's gone into way too much of Carbon when this is practically a series game right now, in terms of prices of stuff.
Yeah.
And he's been in Carbon the whole game. So, bit of a tile mismanagement. No one ended up nuking him. Tile auction won by Bob. Bob using those auction of tiles very successfully here. He's going into a patent lab. Steph also has a patent lab. Steph is actually going for superconductor as his very first patent, which is interesting. Not necessarily something I disagree with, but I would have been very tempted to go for just go straight for the carbon scrubbing since you have everything else.
Yeah, and the next market which goes crazy with that is chems, and there's a shortage on chems and so on and so forth.
Absolutely. Superconductor is about to finish. Once power dies, Steph can easily transition the solar panels into silicon to keep his class very powerful, though.
Yeah.
And this is another thing, right? He HQ5 first, so he can sell off the aluminium that was very expensive, whilst everyone else is still getting to HQ5. But now everyone's 5 apart from Peasant. The water markets are still very profitable for Vampirus right now, but not for too much longer, unfortunately. He has a patent lab rather than a carbon. He doesn't have a patent lab which he would need for the carbon scrubbing to go into just another thing, right? Because you want to be in more than just the water. You want to have at least the glass, or maybe the carbon, right? You want one of those two extra, and he doesn't have access to either of those right now. And someone blew up a wind turbine.
Well, I say Steph will win this game because he went into here, what is it called, Chem Labs, and chems are at almost 400. That will be so much profit.
Yes, and carbon scrubbing almost finishing up for Steph. Steph
Fuel
is slow, but
really
he's still
way down.
far in the lead of everyone else.
Yeah.
Bob has access to carbon though, and he's just finished his teleportation, and he's going to get thinking machines before Steph does. Bob is buying dynamites, and he is going for thinking machines. He wants the Offworld play, and the Offworlds are ridiculously powerful.
Yeah, food will be at 50k by now probably.
Yep, 52k on the food. Right, so it's all about the late game or the mid game, which Steph has the mid game of. Everyone has bought all of their own stock right now. No one wants to fight each other. Which, if I was Steph, I'd be thinking to myself.
The problem is though they're only holograms, and when you don't hover over Steph's space, you won't see the upwards coming up. There are no spies.
Yes.
Which will be a long-term problem.
Yep, you don't necessarily... You have network virus though, network viruses show.
Yeah.
Peasant finally hits that HQ5, and by finally I mean he hit that HQ5 apparently a long time ago, because he's got 129k in resources, purely on the back of these chem labs. He's actually going straight for an off-world market off this.
Yeah.
And, Vampirus. Oh, Vampirus might steal thinking machines off of Bob here. Vampirus stole Peasant's... Oh no, Bob still got thinking machines first. Ah, and if Vampirus isn't quick to realise this, Vampirus is not going to get slant drilling in time before the mutiny ends.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate for him, especially since Steph Wasn't Steph going for slant drilling at one point? I guess he must have stopped. The hologrammed pleasure dome here that looks like a pattern lab, which makes everyone think it's an Offworld, which makes everyone start dynamiting it. Doesn't seem like a good choice to me either, fam, but apparently it's working for now. But at this point, everyone except Vamp has a Offworld up, and they're very expensive. But Vamp has a lot of steel at this point. A lot of steel at this point. Oh, but all of the steel mills are pretty much synchronized sendings. So a single magnetic storm could kill like 60k of resources.
Yeah, but this item is probably even more underused than core samples.
Which is very sad.
Yeah. It's so powerful.
So powerful. Steph taking on all the extra debt because he feels like he could do it because he feels like he's in the lead, which he is. He has an Offworld, it's built. Bob has an Offworld, it's built. But is Steph actually launching off of his Offworld? I'm not sure if Steph is not launching off of his Offworld. Whoops. Don't think Steph's realised he never launched his Offworld here. That could prove a problem.
Yeah. Oh, he's frozen out constantly.
Bob and Steph are both looking for their second Offworld. Oh, he's figured it out. Okay. Slant drilling in 5 seconds by Steph. Poor Vamp. Okay, Steph has slant drilling. I don't necessarily know why. I guess because he wanted to make sure his water couldn't be nuked out, which makes sense. If Vampirus starts throwing the nukes on all the water, he could still turn this game. Alright, because there's not much water.
Well,
no one has taken very much water.
Bob has 1,000 water stored up.
Okay. Rob's probably fine then. Rob's making so much glass money right now, even though he doesn't have silicon. Because he changed it, because he's running electronics on his silicon instead, which makes a lot of sense, because his electronics are making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yep, Steph was targeted by an underground nuke by Vamp, but Steph's now got the... Steph now has the, you know, slant drilling, so it costs a lot more.
Yeah.
Steph, Bob, and Revolting are almost finishing their second Offworlds almost at the same time each. Where, Steph, is your optimization centers? You've hit D-debt, you don't have optimization centers. This is going to be a problem because everyone else has an optimization center. If they're optimizing food, you're going to have a problem. However, they're optimizing chems right now. Oh no. Vampirus is doing food. Vampirus has done a lot of food. Vampirus, good job. I like your food.
Successful off-world shipment.
Vampirus is making the most money in the game right now by far. He's actually become our cash leader.
Yeah,
although a lot of that cash is about to go away on that. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no, Vamp. Oh no.
It's funny how Vampirus doesn't have a single patent. Even though he's a scientist and was in a patent lab for some time. Or mutinied one.
Oh, that auction's so bad because it draws attention to the fact that the Pleasure Dome was being rebuilt. And that it isn't in fact a Pleasure Dome.
Yeah.
Oh, Vamp.
The engineers have advanced our production.
Hopefully for his sake no one notices.
No, I don't think so. I think people will just throw an advice on it.
Steel has become the best seller.
Oh! Steel! Wow.
Steel at $100 is the best sender. Don't see that very often. Yeah, Vampirus actually sold his stockpile of steel, so it went down to $100. Oh, Steph went for the network virus, not realizing that the off-world market was defended because it had been recently stopped by a goon, and he just went all the way past all of it. But Steph now notices that there is a goon squad there, so he might think that that's where both of the off-worlds are. And yep, Vampirus' other off-world has been taken out now. Ah, Vampiris, I'm so sorry for you. But at least you're getting some cheap stock in Revolting Peasant.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to mention. Really pulling ahead here because he doesn't have to pay double for the stock.
And those food tiles are making $500 each.
Yeah.
He needs to get rid of the glass at this point
Wow.
for electronics. But
The prices.
This is a Ceres map. It feels like.
Yeah, and Camps is again about 350. Electronics, it's 500. Wow.
Like the blinking life support shouldn't be bad because robots, so it shouldn't be expensive, but
Yeah.
somehow it is.
The
Yeah.
black market is open for business.
Empress actually was thinking of launching aluminium at one point.
Your stock is being sold. Optimization routines successful.
Alright, Peasant and Vampirus are on equal footing right now, but Peasant has his offworlds up. Vampirus has the things that aren't offworlds ridiculously high. But unfortunately he's only rebuilding one offworld at a time.
Yeah.
Can't,
Kind of
despite the fact that you
forgot
can
the
afford
other-
it. So the slight advantage to Peasant right here, right now, but
Yeah.
at the same time, Peasant is in a lot more debt. And that might make all
Yeah.
the difference. Meanwhile, Steph and Bob, I didn't even notice those two were at each other's throats. So, two 1v1s are going on simultaneously right now.
Yeah.
Steph versus Bob is looking solidly in Steph's situation because he just blew up one of Bob's things. Oh no, wait, he didn't blow it up, he just stole it for a short amount of time with the mutiny. But but Bob's stuff is not gooned. Steph's stuff is gooned and hologrammed. But Bob has upgrades, Steph does not. His upgrades
Yeah,
are all in
but-
food, and he doesn't have food up, but
Oh,
he has two
that's
food,
the
sorry.
problem.
he has 2 food up. He
Yeah,
doesn't have any
that's not
water,
enough.
though. Doesn't have water.
Yeah,
because-
if Steph wins this race here for the 1v1, he will have a very awesome subsidiary, but so will have Revolting or Vampirus. So it will still be probably very close.
The biggest thing for Steph right here is that if he buys Bob, he gets the 2 claims, and he can put that on that high water tile.
Yeah,
And that will make him a lot of money and save him heavily, because Vampirus is just running away with the electrolysis is making 400 a second right now. Water
Yeah.
is ridiculous at this point.
wow.
Class has actually come back into things. Vampirus, I loved your optimizations, man. I just wish you'd finish them because you forgot it exists now. Which is a problem. Also, you've got all of the steel that you could probably turn into something else. I don't know what else, but...
Yeah. Yeah, and Steph really is getting there.
Is being sold.
Yeah, Bob is selling out of Steph to try and stop him buying it. But at the same time, both Vampirus and Revolting are 100% of each other, I think.
Launch affirmative. What a payout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they both could buy each other up. If one of them just cancels.
Yeah.
Okay, Vampirus
That's
cancelled
high-risk
first.
play.
Vampirus didn't cancel. No, Vampirus didn't cancel. Vampirus just got the money from everything else.
Yeah.
At the exact same time, Steph got his back, but Steph's got some empty stock here, Vamp. You need to get money to buy that stock. I mean, you wouldn't cancel a launch for it, but $800 on food now as the launch. Hey, you interested in launching Silicon? Is that exactly $0?
Okay. But it's still probably quite close. The
Steph has
problem
more debt.
Steph has, yeah, he has really much debt. It's $10.
And what? And
the
Steph
stock price.
has already used his 2 claims. But what did he use them on? Because he didn't use them on the water. Oh, he did use them on the water. He used them on the other water that was right next to that water. Someone do some triangle maths for me. I think the ones I suggested were closer.
Yeah, they are better. They are giving 6 because he has land drilling, and the other ones would only give 5.25. But he has.
No, they're both 6.
1.5.
They're both 6. I don't know what you're talking about. They're both 6.
Yeah, no, okay. I thought he was going for his water which got nuked adjacent to this.
Oh no. Steph, it's about to hit the debt line.
Yeah, about 6 because
It's
he's
about
Yes.
Steph, you need to
And
get out of
filling,
this
yeah.
debt line. 2 seconds for food launches, you need to pay off now.
Successful Offworld shipment launched.
You bought another stock point instead. I don't think that's worth it. This
Yeah.
interest is about to kill you. Rest in peace,
definitely-
good soldier.
Wow. Rather
58k.
above 400 here. That's wow. The prices are. And fuel is about 300 and going up and up and up.
Vamp,
no,
you
not
have
anymore.
Vamp has another claim that he's not using right now. But he's transitioning
400.
into some wind turbines, which I like. He's also still got the ridiculous things. He's actually put his electrolysis instead of the class now. He's upgrading water. Okay, I'm okay with that. Looking at the cash plus resources, they're basically even. Steph is very slightly ahead because of his high waters that have started coming in. And he goes into 2 optimizations right now, but I think that might not be that might be a bit too late. But I don't know. There's not necessarily much he can go into right now because he doesn't have upgrades on anything. But the biggest deal is there's a 10 stock price difference between Steph and Vampirus right now.
What a payout.
Yep.
So even though Steph has this very slight income advantage, this debt is crippling. That's the word. God,
Successful
crippling.
Offworld shipment. Make room for the black market is open for business.
Yeah, no optimizations there. It's definitely a mistake to go into the optimization centers now for Steph.
Steph
No, that's
finds.
definitely a
Steph
huge
remembers where the
mistake.
Offworld
Right
was. Steph uses a virus, finds the Offworld. That's pretty big. Steel is
Yeah.
still the best hack.
Yeah.
Still the best launch. Oh, no, wait, no. Chems are now, but not by much. What are the AIs doing? The AIs are being ridiculously profitable. Steph's AI is slightly more profitable though,
Yep.
which surprises me. But I guess he just has more water claims.
Yeah, and yes, Bob really has many optimizations, as you mentioned earlier.
Ah yes, he has more than Peasant, doesn't he?
Yeah, and the food is above 500 now. And
No, actually,
he
he
has
doesn't. They have
food
the same. They have the
optimization.
exact same amount of optimizations on food. Revolting's
Okay,
is in
okay.
chems, but Bob's is in electronics. But they both have food upgrades as well. Oh,
Yeah.
there's 100% on both players here.
Yeah, so it may be just the consumption of the class because of the fraction, because Bob is robotic.
Must
That's
be.
0.8 food more.
Must be. But we kind of missed the end.
Yeah.
The launches all happened
Both
at the exact
at
same time and everyone got
100%.
100% on each other at the same
Yeah.
time, but Vampirus
Yeah.
was auto-launching, so he lost.
Wow. And Steph sold out of a stock. Steph sold. He had the red button and pressed shift, and then he sold out of a stock. But he was. Yeah, he did. I just saw it.
Oh, that meant he wasted 10 seconds. Oh, God. Oh.
Yeah, but it worked out. It worked out.
Oh, wow,
But
God.
Wow.
I love that it was 2 simultaneous 1v1s that ended at exactly the same time to another 1v1 that then ended at the... Well, of course, a 1v1 ends at the same time, but, you know.
Awesome. Nice ending for this tournament here. Really nice. Yeah, but I don't know why the prices were so high and stick so high.
Food?
Because people were in the right markets.
Yeah, the food got ridiculous, but I don't understand why oxygen and fuel was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, class
Yeah,
was
and-
ridiculous for a while.
Class
but-
I can understand. Class I can understand because of the colony a bit.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's 350. It's really crazy.
Food shouldn't have...
Or
fuel
400,
shouldn't have been
500.
ridiculous, I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah, with 2 robots especially. I don't know what was going on there.
I don't know if other people can see observer chat.
Okay, so 10, 22, 4.
Ah,
Okay.
I bet Vampirus really wished he'd got Blink and Slant Link instead.
Yeah, would have made so much more money. But just imagine if Vampirus would have gone not in the steel at HQ4. He went into 5 steel mills
That was
and
fine
gone
because of
into water
that was
earlier.
That was fine because it got him into his offers. But yes, if he had
Yeah.
kept optimizing, because
Yep.
he forgot about his optimizations at the end. If he'd kept optimizing, definitely could have done better. Like his optimization, he never got to masters of optimizations.
Yep.
He stayed at level 2 food and oxygen and fuel, and those were some ridiculous markets. And he upgraded power. No, don't upgrade power, guys. That's never a good idea.
Yeah, by the way, Rahi won the tournament. Did we even see him? In
we
the
never
game?
saw him. Good job,
yeah,
guy I
once,
never
yeah.
saw and don't know. You deserve it. I don't think Seth can see opposite of a chat. I think he doesn't.
No, we didn't have Rahi in the game.
Nope, never
We
are.
didn't.
Congratulations, Mr. We Never Knew You.
Yeah. 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 That's Group A. That's where the awesome players are playing, not we.
We got the what? What did we get, Rabbit? You want to be careful with your words there?
Yeah, maybe a bit more careful.
How about this? They got the top players, we got the Steph. That's a no game, no life reference, guys. Good anime. Watch it.